Twitch is connected. Looks like YouTube is connecting. Facebook. Very cool. Looks like it's working there. Here. Cool. All right. One more thing here. Lion. That doesn't work. Let's do this. There we go. And then I should be able to pull up a little chat window here. Very cool. Hey, James. Hey, Michael. How's it going, man? So here's a little game I like to play called DCS World. Let me know if I can, let me know if you can hear me. And let me know if the jet sounds are too loud, or if I'm too loud, or vice versa, or whatever. Yeah, I do have a jet engine in here. I'm flying an A-18. Let's see. There we go. So I'm just going to set this up right there for now so I can see if anybody's typing. I'll make it go away once I get up kind of airborne. And let's see. I haven't flown this bad boy in a while, so I will be doing a little bit of relearning some of this stuff. I want this to be in black and white view. Perfect. Yeah, guys, let me know if the audio sounds good. Let me know if the video sounds good. This is virtual reality, so I'm flying an A-18 Hornet in a game called DCS World. Here's my plane. I'm on an aircraft carrier and getting ready to take off. So first things first, I would like some weapons, and that all looks good. And I want to be VFC 12.
Request rearming.
Oh, looks like I've already got some stuff in here.
Copy.
Very cool. We'll get wheel chocks removed.
Complete. Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy.
I think that's all I need to do right now. I can put the wings down and get ready for taxi. Very cool, very cool. Flight surfaces look like they're working.
Rearming complete.
Throttle's working, rudders are working, brakes are probably working. Cool, we should be good to taxi. So, let's go ahead and get that going, and I'll take off from the cat launch over there to my right behind me. here we go. We'll go line up. So one of the great things about this game is everything is very realistic. You can click all through the cockpit. Get myself all lined up here. Drop the launch bar and get hooked up on the catapult. Very cool, very cool. Jet blast is up, and we'll do one more control check. Everything looks normal. Good to go. Positive rate, gear up. And we'll raise the flaps too. There's all that. Waypoint 1. We'll head this way. So yeah, this is a game called DCS World. You get to simulate flying in military aircraft. So right now I'm in the A-18 Hornet. Just took off from aircraft carrier. I should be able to see chat in the game. You guys can see it on the screen as well. And then I can pull it up just by kind of flicking my wrist over this way. So if you have anything you want to ask or talk about, by all means. Right now we're on our way to take out a couple of stationary targets, just do some target practice, then we'll come back and land on the carrier. One of the really cool things about this particular simulator is everything in the cockpit is clickable and interactable, and simulates a real plane very, very well. So we're in the Persian Gulf right now. We got some transport ships over in these areas, and I don't remember what my VR zoom button was. I should probably go and look at that. Looking at the head-up display, passing through 8,500 feet. You can see that number over there on the right-hand side of the HUD, counting up 9,000, 9,200, 300, 400. And then my airspeed is on the left-hand side, the 344, counting down to 340. My heading is up along the top, that heading tape, 060, 070. And that little vertical line is the direction that I want to be flying. And here I go. Here's what my plane looks like from the outside. Now, one of the cool things is when I'm in the plane, my head actually moves around with my head in real life. So if I look to the right and I look on the outside, you can actually, or I guess that's the left. You can see that now I'm looking out the left. So you can actually play this game multiplayer, and when you're flying around, you can actually see your friends looking around as well in the cockpit. So if you're doing formation flying, it makes it really fun. All right, we're heading towards waypoint 1. We got about 31 miles left. You can see that at the bottom right of the head-up display. It says 30.7, 30.6. That's counting down my mileage to the waypoint, distance to the waypoint. I'm going to go ahead and get some of this set up for an air-to-ground attack. Arm the master. Lights are all off. What else do I need? That's all good. I think I want you to be on arm. Let's turn the flare. Let's see. So flare needs to be warmed up for this. Let's click that and wait for that to warm up. We've got 24 nautical miles to waypoint 1, and then we're going to turn a little bit more north. And I don't think it's that island out there. I think it's the next island out, which we can't see yet because it's a little bit off in the distance, and that's where the target range is. We've got the Persian Gulf over here. This is Dubai to our right. We're going to see the little palm tree area that they filled in with land in a second. And let's see. We'll get our laser guided bombs here set up. Mode auto, M-fuse, we want this on off. E-fuse, we want on inst. And we want code to be, what is our code? 1688. And we'll switch over to the other ones and set those to 1688 as well. Awesome. A little off course here. Closing on waypoint 1. I can bomb the palms. The palms is right over there. You can see the two areas. We can actually do a coastal tour on the way back to the carrier. We got that all set up. Let's turn on the flare. We got 1.5 nautical miles to go, and then we'll turn north. I'll step this up to waypoint 2, and we'll head towards our target range. And I'll turn on the autopilot here. We'll do heading select once I get this set up. Where do I want my heading to be? Actually right about there. And we'll follow our barometric altitude. So we should stay the same altitude and the same direction. Now I made the stupid mistake of turning off the camera over here, so I've got to wait for it to warm up again. We'll drop our left bombs first. And we got an AWACS plane up there. Body is cut in half, huh? Oh, yeah, it's just a circle. I've got it set up so that I don't take up the entire corner of the screen. Why is this not following my heading? Let's try attitude hold, see if that works. Cool, so we got that. Flares on. We should be able to turn on our laser. Awesome. And then we're going to set it to trigger so that we're triggering on that. Very cool. I believe that's our target island over there. Nope, our island is further out. So our camera can't see quite where we're going yet. So talk to me, Goose. How you guys doing today? Kind of a different live stream for those of you on Facebook. I've done a lot of flight simulating for a while, so this is kind of what this is. Anybody on YouTube and or Twitch, you guys are probably used to this. It's nice getting back up and having time to be able to set this up, test it out. Doing well, Bren. How are things over in, or I guess down in Los Angeles? Set that up right there. I am really in a plane right now in real life, yes. Pretty cool, huh? Well, the goggles are how I see in real life. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see. I'm still not quite seeing that second island over there yet. It'll start showing up here in a second. Cruising at 20,000 feet. All that looks set up correctly. There we go. And we should have targets here showing up in a bit. There's one. Let's see if I can remember how to target here. Hey, Cody, what's up, man? Long time no see. How are things in Destin? Congrats on all that's been going on with you, man. I've been kind of keeping up. That's awesome. Love what I'm seeing, man. Let's see. About 25 nautical miles to go on target. See if I still remember how to drop bombs. Let's see if I move this forward. So I'm playing a game called DCS World. This is a really cool flight simulator. It's made by a company called Eagle Dynamics. They do a lot for realism. So everything in this cockpit is clickable. All the stuff you have to set up like you basically have to set everything up as you would in the real world. Right now I've got a HOTAS. Oh, it's all good. It's all virtual. It doesn't matter. And I've got autopilot holding my altitude. One thing I'm not seeing is I don't think I'm locked on what I think I'm locked on. Actually, I don't think I'm locked at all. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Air to ground. I want to go to FLIR. And then what happened here? Oh, broke my FLIR. It does have helicopters. It's got the Huey. It's got KA-50. So if you know what that is, it's Russian helicopter. And I don't remember how to bomb things. It's got the Gazelle. It's got a couple of other pretty cool helicopters as well. Just bore sight this. Do this the hard way. Well, actually, we'll do this. They're supposed to have the Cobra and a couple of other Marine helicopters as well. Alright, so this is all set up correctly. Turn on pitot. All the FLIR stuff is set up correctly. I need to remember what button I need to push to lock onto the target. It's probably... I think I know what it is. There we go. Get that. We'll get this on trigger. We should be good to drop in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bombs away. 25 seconds timed impact. We'll see if I did this right. $13 timed impact. Ha! Yeah, no CH-53 yet, although it might be coming soon. All right, 3, 2, 1. You gonna boom? Boom. Target destroyed. Sweet. It looks like the camera is a little bit buggy right now. Which is interesting. Trim this out. What else do they have? They've got, I think they've got one other helicopter that they're working on. Oh, the Hind is coming. The MI-50? 58, whatever it's called. And I just lost the chat window. See if I can get it back. Nope. Did the program break? It doesn't look like it. Let's see here. Start this and see what happens. Nope, that seems to have decided that it doesn't want to work anymore, so I'll have to troubleshoot that. In the meantime, if you guys ask me questions and stuff, I will try to answer them. We'll see. Alright, so there's the one, a couple of trees. What else do we got over here? Another target? That looks like a target to me. We will mark him, and I'm just going to climb a little bit here. See if I can get up to 15,000 feet. All right, we got 63 seconds to release. You can see on the right-hand side of the head-up display. I'm gonna put it right on the front of that track there. 14,700 feet up to 15,000. 40 seconds to release. Level off here. This should be good. We're going to try and fly with that line as close to the center as we can. the vertical line going through the HUD. That's our drop vector. That's where we want to be aiming when we release our bomb. 10 seconds to release. 5 seconds. And pickle. And there goes the bomb. The plane actually wants to turn bank to the left because we just dropped a bomb from the right-hand side of the plane. And then we should have 20 seconds timed impact. I'm going to put on altitude hold and attitude hold, so it should generally hold our direction. 7 seconds to impact, and we'll watch it go boom. Two down. Yeah, really strange that chat app's not working. It kind of went away randomly. Shouldn't have a problem with it. Alright, so we got one bomb on each wing now. You know, I think maybe the controller turned off. Maybe that's what happened. I've got a green screen set up behind me so that so that the background is gone. And I think that I covered one of the VR cameras. Oop, there's that. Return to game. And so that might have actually caused the controller to not be able to be seen anymore. Try this one more time. Out. Alright, there's that. I want a new window. I want it to be over here. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to set it right there. That's good. I'm going to switch you to my chat. And then I'm going to make it smaller like that. Grab you. I'll put it right there. Pin the window. I don't want to add cursor input to that, and I want it to hide when I'm not looking at it. Very cool. There. Now even if the controllers go to sleep, I should be able to see the chat over there. Still trying to work on that. See if I can figure out how to make that optimal. Alright, let's turn back in and blow up another couple tanks. I don't know why my plane doesn't want me flying anymore. It's got that X in the HUD. Not quite sure what that's all about. Unless it's telling me that the, Nope, there it is again. Thinking maybe it was telling me that the camera was masked and I couldn't see. Alright, so that one's blown up. Should be a few tanks over here. There's one. What's everybody else got going on tonight? I'm playing video games. Tomorrow there's a really cool VR game coming out called Alex, Half-Life Alex. New Half-Life game, VR only. I'm going to be streaming that in the afternoon. Very much looking forward to it. Anybody else a pilot? I know Jeremy Cole is. I don't know if he's still watching. But if he is, curious if he's gotten up to do any flying lately. He was a pilot till he took an arrow to the knee. If you're a video game person, you might understand that reference. Alright, we got 35 seconds to release. This should be the left bomb over there. I'll take a look at it as it drops. Then I'll have one more to drop. What else do I have? 13 seconds. Probably jettison my fuel here pretty quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pickle. There it goes. Plane wants to bank to the right because I just dropped 2,000 pounds off the left wing, which is fine. I'll actually bank away. Got 13 seconds time to impact. And we should see a boom here in a second. 3, 2, 1. Didn't see the explosion, but got him. Probably too high, 16,000 feet. Is that the last guy right there? That looks like the last guy. So the joystick I'm using, it's called a HOTAS, hands-on throttle and stick. And it basically means that I can control all these screens and everything just using the buttons, not having to click anything in the cockpit if I don't want to, or if I don't need to. Lets me focus on the task and flying at the same time. There we go. 15 seconds to release. That's going to count down as we level off. Get this back on center. 2, 1. Bombs away. Get this retrimmed. "14 seconds timed impact." "3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Boom, good effect on target. Awesome. We're good here. We've still got about 1,000 pounds of fuel before we can drop our tanks. We can keep the fuel tanks on, I guess, if we want. But now we can clean up from this. We'll turn off our FLIR. Because we don't need it anymore. We'll get out of air-to-ground mode, and we will turn our master off. And we'll turn our formation lights on, and our position lights on. I'm just going to do a coastal run. We'll fly down to Dubai. We'll go up the coast. We'll take a look at what it looks like over there. We'll see how choppy it gets. And then we'll go land on the carrier. And that's a lot of fun. Actually, go buzz this airport over here. There's a military base on this island. And go take a look at it.
Altitude. Altitude.
My plane is a little bit upset at me for diving that quickly. That's all right. 1,700 feet. You can see that number in the box on the right-hand side of the HUD. And you can see my speed is 543 knots. On the left-hand side in the box. So we're at 1,500 feet. It's a good pattern altitude to fly over the center line of the runway. An old military base down there. Looks like the tower or smokestacks. There's the tower. Very cool, very cool. And then over here we've got some shipping ships. And here's what I'll do. I'm going to level off here at about 2,500. We'll set our autopilot on attitude and barometric altitude. Let's turn our TACAN on so we can find the carrier. We don't need our waypoint system anymore. Turn the TACAN on. Where's our on-off? On, and I believe it's 7. Yep. So he's 77 miles away. You can see that number down there at the bottom right of the HUD. And we'll turn the autopilot off because we don't need it anymore. That beeping is the carrier. I'll turn down the volume on that because there are no enemy airplanes on this map at the moment. And then we'll go land on the carrier once we do a little bit of a downtown Dubai sightseeing tour. I think I see the Burj Khalifa over there. That big spire right at the bottom of my HUD. We'll go see what downtown Dubai looks like. Yeah, Matt Gamer. How's it going, man? Welcome to the channel. So this is one of the things that I like to do when I'm not out selling real estate, and right now the market is kind of very interesting here in California. We're not allowed to go out for showings or anything like that. We actually have to stay home. Shelter in place for the coronavirus. And there is Burj Khalifa. It's not, I mean, it is up to date. My computer, it's not crazy. Crazy good or anything like that, but I just run DCS on slightly lower settings in VR, so I can fly smoothly. If I'm playing it windowed, like in a normal window, I'll crank up the graphics a little bit. Yeah, thanks, man. I am a private pilot in real life, so this is just kind of wishful thinking. The F-18 was always my favorite plane. Blue Angels really, really got me into aviation. Things like that. My flight setup, I'm flying with the Thrustmaster Warthog. Throttle and stick. Thrustmaster was very kind and actually provided me the TPR rudder system, which is incredible. I had what you call it? Can't remember the name of the other rudder pedals I had. I'm sure it'll come to me. And they were good. They were great. Don't get me wrong. But these feel like what rudder pedals in a real plane feel like, because you're pushing, you know, straight back and forth, as opposed to the other ones, which are a little bit more flat. Doesn't matter. It's all input. As long as you get used to whatever you're doing, you're all good. Let's do this. I know that there is an arch that I can fly through. See if I can line myself up for that.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, I know. Got a container ship down there. I think it's at that smaller palm. Yeah, the Burj Khalifa is right there through the chat window. Over there. We're gonna thread the needle through that little arch. And we'll take a tour downtown Dubai, and then we'll head back to the carrier and get landed. Whee! Assuming I don't hit this and crash. We'll go land on the carrier. Yes, I get it, I'm flying low. And right through the arch. Whee! Got one of the landmark hotels over there. Yeah, Mac, DCS is definitely a pretty steep learning curve. It's so worth it, though. Learning how to fly these planes, especially something a little bit less complicated like the P-51, learning how to fly that is a ton of fun and very, very rewarding. And a lot of this translates into real life. I started flying when I was about 15, 16 years old. Microsoft Flight Simulator. And when I went to get my private certificate, I was already very knowledgeable about what I was doing. And I know that's kind of something that a lot of instructors roll their eyes at. Burj Khalifa! Whee! But it is true. It's running a little choppy for me, so I'm sure that it's running a little choppy for y'all as well. This thing's still locked on that target. It is. Why are you locked onto anything? Oh well. Oh yeah, and then these are the islands that they created for to kind of show up the show off the world. It's their little globe. They made a little sandbar It's supposed to be North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, all of that over there. A little bit blocky. And then there's one of the palms, that's the one that we flew through. And then the other one is further down. Alright, let's go find our carrier. I'm getting low on gas. We're a little high. I'm going to start ascending. Pull back the power while I descend so I don't go too fast while I'm coming down. Put this into flight control system. All good. Got our formation and position lights on. Strobes are on. Set my flaps to auto.
Altitude. Altitude.
We'll get our hook down since we know we're going to be using it. Now, one thing I'm looking forward to is there's a new... So the carrier that comes with the game has been in the game for a while, and it's not super detailed, but they're coming out with a new carrier module, hopefully by April 15th-ish. And it's supposed to have fully animated deck crew, very realistic air traffic control to bring you back in, all kinds of really cool stuff. I'm very much looking forward to that. This carrier is also a little bit smaller than what that carrier is going to be. It's not 100% to scale, so landing on this guy is not 100% accurate. Still a lot of fun, though. Cool, Mac. How many hours you got so far? F2, hook is down. We're gonna keep our fuel tanks on. We don't need to drop them. That looks like one of the lead boats, maybe. 57 miles. No, that's probably just another transport boat. Yeah, very cool. So this is awesome. X-Plane is awesome. I'm in the Flight Simulator 2020 beta. That is less than awesome at the moment. The alpha is really, really... It looks pretty. And that's all I'll say about that. I would love to stream that if they would let me. Unfortunately, they don't. And for good reason. Right now, it's not really in a state that I think it shows what I believe it has the potential to be, if that makes sense. But X-Plane is great if you're looking to get into general aviation. I don't know if you've seen some of the other videos on my channel, but I have an IFR course, not course, but following my IFR training, like an IFR vlog. Coming in. 47 nautical miles to go. 39.20 pounds of fuel. Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, just keep up with it. What are you finding that's difficult with your private pilot license? Yeah, Spooky. I still stream on YouTube. I'm also streaming to Twitch at the moment, too, so if you want to look me up there, you can. And Facebook, actually. I figure, you know, with everybody staying at home for all of this stuff, Might as well just have some fun and show some stuff off. But yeah, Mac, one of the most difficult things that I had to learn was landing. I was not very good at landing when I was doing my private. Up, down, lights on. Heading towards the carrier, 35 nautical miles left. Hey, Carl, what's up, man? Good to see you. Unfortunately, you missed the bombing. I already blew up some targets. Now I'm just heading back and landing on the carrier. Carrier landings are always fun. Another 31 miles to go. How long is the delay on Facebook? I'm assuming on YouTube or Twitch it's actually pretty good. Alright, 2,200 feet, and we're gonna switch to radar altimeter here. .380 feet on my little notifier there. When we're descending through that altitude, it'll beep at me and let me know. Yeah, you can use the controllers. I find them pretty clunky though, Chris. I'm using a Warthog, Thrustmaster Warthog. The controllers, or the hand controllers, they're kind of weird. I don't like using them. I have my HOTAS right here in front of me, and then I've got a keyboard that I can use for all of my other things, any of the other keyboard commands that I want to use. And then I use my mouse to flip switches and click on things. That's the easiest for me. Yet if you wanted to try and do this and not have to buy a joystick, that's totally your option. I know some people who do use that kind of a setup and have fun with it. Alright, I think I'm starting to see the carrier out there in the distance, or at least the carrier group. So I'm going to start descending. I'm not using the air traffic control in this game because it's really terrible until they come out with that new carrier module. I'm going to descend down to 1,000 feet. Past the carrier group and then come back and land. And just doing everything nice and gently, no rush. Try and maintain about 350 knots. You can see that number in the left box in the HUD, 349. Give it a little more power, 350. Just about 3,100 pounds of fuel left and 1,500 feet. So we're coming down. Let's see, I want this to be a HUD repeater. There we go, we're good. Woof! That's a crazy delay. Yeah, the regulations and the sectionals are always fun. Make sure you know all of those little icons on there, all the little graphics. Very important to know all of those. Let's see, right about 1,000 feet, which is perfect. And got the carrier over there. Increase speed a little bit. Yeah, I've never really... Spooky, you're talking about the lag? Or the delay? I'm assuming Twitch is built for streaming, so I would imagine that it would be better there. Alright, there's the carrier group. And we got the carrier right there off of our right. We're abeam the end of the deck. Got the hook down, got the lights on, we're all good. Once we pass it, we'll get configured for landing. We'll start turning back towards it here in a second. So very similar to real life, I'm going to wait until the carrier is about 45 degrees off my back. 45 degrees behind me is what I mean. And I know this isn't how you do an actual Case 1 landing, but this is just what I'm used to, so this is what I'm doing. I wanted to join the Navy so bad when I was younger and wasn't able to. And so this is just how I have to pretend. But man, VR is quite the way to pretend. Slow down just a little bit, descend to 800 feet. And enter the pattern. I believe you can be anywhere between 800 feet and 1,000 feet. We'll see if I still remember how to land. It's been a while since I've flown in DCS. I've just been too busy. A little slow, give it a little bit more power here. It's my plane letting me know that I'm getting low on fuel. And the deck looks clear, except for those planes that are parked, which is fine. Oops, getting a little low. And... flaps down, and... gear down. A little high, which is fine. Trimming for on-speed, angle of attack. Going to ignore the chat while I'm focusing on this, I'm sorry. I'm controlling my descent rate with my power, and I'm only controlling my turn, my bank, turn with my bank. Not pulling up or down on the stick yet. I'm sure I'll have to correct a little bit here in a second. You're not supposed to really touch it at all. Here we go, 3/4 mile, call the ball. Got the ball there on the left, it's that yellow light. And... just gonna keep that yellow light in between the green if we can. Oh, a little too much power. And... I'm just gonna wave off and go around for another try. Do-do-do. Missed the first one. Yeah, Dave, when was the last time you played DCS? Yeah, Mac, that would be awesome. I specifically wanted to go into the Navy because carrier ops was always my dream. I saw Top Gun when I was a kid, of course, and I wanted to be a naval aviator. Unfortunately, I was not able to get that chance. But getting properly set up for your landing and having what they call a stable approach is very important, and that approach was not super stable. Let's see if I can get a better one this time. Yeah, man, they've made a lot of updates in a year. A little too much overshoot there. A lot too much of an overshoot there. Man, I am rusty. I'm just gonna go around and do it again. Sorry, guys. Oof. Alright, I'll get it on this one. Why is my rescue helicopter that far out in front of the carrier? I wonder if they fixed that. So, that helicopter used to not be able... You used to... It wouldn't fly the speed you set it to. I have the carrier moving forward at 25 knots, and I had the helicopter also moving forward at 25 knots. And the helicopter would always move slightly faster than the carrier. So what I did was I put in this mission. Nope, thank you. Bingo fuel. So I better land on this one. So what I did was in this mission, I made it so that every so often the helicopter would speed up or slow down a little bit so that the carrier could catch up to it, and then it would speed up again so that it would, you know, essentially just kind of oscillate and stay at the same spot. Maybe they fixed the helicopter speed issue, and now I can actually get rid of all of those waypoints that I put in there. That would be nice. All right, there we go. Beam the deck. And we'll start our turn. Starting these a little too high. Add a little power. This looks better. Remove power and straighten up. Overshot it a little bit, but this one I should be able to recover from. Got the ball in sight. Little low, little low. And got it. put up the hook and the wings. And which wire did I catch? Oh. Put the hook up a little early. 2-wire, not bad. Wings are up, and
Fuel low.
get out of the way here. And go park on one of these elevators here. Yeah, I'm very excited for the updated carrier when they have deck crew kind of pointing you around where to taxi and etc. I think that's going to be a lot. It's going to add a lot of immersion. I'm super excited for that. And there we go. Very cool. And I'm just going to do a quick shutdown. And that's the end of this, guys. Oh, hey, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, why don't you subscribe? Congrats, guys. Thanks for coming along with me on this flight. Tomorrow I will be streaming Half-Life Alyx. I'm going to start at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. Or is it 1 o'clock? I think it's 1:30. So if you guys are interested in seeing what that game looks like, go ahead and come back. I would love to play that for y'all. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Whew. That. Switch this over here. So this is what I look like with the green screen behind me. It's always fun getting this thing set up. Yeah, guys, you have a good night as well. Looking forward to streaming Alyx tomorrow. See ya.